everyone, and welcome to another video with me, Rays, and today things are going to start getting spooky, and that's not just because we're getting very close to the month of October, which is one of the more fun months out there, just because, you know, how many months actually celebrate just being really scary, other than every month in the year 2020? Don't worry, I know about the Tom Mary behind me that's slowly getting there to kill me. Actually, you know, when he's king of the stream, he just feels very happy to be king of the stream. Anyway, so regardless, let's talk about the fact that today was the Tokyo Game Show, or more importantly, the end of the Tokyo Game Show. I want to move the camera just a bit so he's a little more on. He deserves the respect. Anyway, cryptic aside, today was the end of the Tokyo Game Show 2020, where basically they held an online event, and Square Enix had its big long live stream over 3 days with various games, and today was TGS's time for WOTV and Brave Exvius to a lesser extent, in the sense that that's not what this video is about. Anyway, about WOTV. So what was the live stream today? Well, basically nothing, and that's kind of why I'm drawing this out, because at this point we know that there is going to be another live stream on October 18th. It makes sense. The JP 1-year anniversary is not until November. I believe it was around November 15th, November 20th, somewhere in there last year when the game launched. So we still have the entire month of October to get ready, and we got to get through all of that first. And there was some information about the month of October. There will be more information probably tomorrow, if I had to guess, showing off some of the new stuff that will be the new side story event. Because today we found out that there is going to be a new story event, the side story this time of looking at the Randall Nation, which is Lucia's nation, if I am correct, and I am probably incorrect on saying her name. But anyway, Lucia's nation, this does seem to indicate that we are probably going to see maybe some new characters from her nation. There's also a few other characters. I do believe it's Julian, who we've seen her with a couple of times, the brown-haired guy with the guns, which would also mean that it is going to be another month with another projectile user. Not necessarily a bad thing. It would be kind of interesting to see how that ended up shaping out. It'll be interesting maybe if we get a little more backstory on that nation. I like the side story events. I like them a lot. They are generally a little bit of a break from farming, and that is always kind of appreciated since there is so much farming in this game. But otherwise, look, probably going to be a side story involving Lucia, probably a few other characters, and we'll find out a little bit more about that later. There's Lucia. All right, but continuing on, that was not the only news today. We also got a little bit of news about a brand new character that will be introduced more than likely in the month of October. I say more than likely because something happens and it gets delayed. I look foolish. But anyway, say hello to little Leela, or should I say the werewolf Leela. Yeah, Leela is going to be the first character to get a alteration since the half anniversary, which is kind of... Oh, that's not true. We had the summer units. But, you know, the half anniversary vote, I remember Leela being quite high in the voting app. Don't know if this is directly related to that or not, but either way, where's my glassy skin? All right. But either way, Leela, we do not know what element she is currently going to be. If I'm guessing, with the side story event happening in the first bit of October, this character, this Halloween character, is probably going to be in the second half of the month, which does make sense. That would put it right around Halloween, and then we could get potentially some kind of Halloween summon, which would also be pretty cool. So yeah, that's probably going to be the later half of the month, and the beginning of the month will be this Randall side story. Now, if you're wondering about the jobs are particularly interesting. We have, first of all, main job is going to be calculator or arithmetician, whichever one you prefer to call it by. But much like Ildira, this is going to make for a really powerful mage-based character. We've seen this. I've seen this a couple of times now, where calculators, arithmeticians are just really, really solid characters, solid damage dealers, and they are constantly useful. This secondary job, I do believe, is either red mage or white mage. After 7 hours of live streaming, my brain is completely mush. So yeah, it is going to be some kind of mage. If it is white mage, she's going to have superior healing abilities and a lot of healing options. She'll probably be an incredible alternative to Ayaka and Ildira, which is interesting, if nothing else. Also, the potential of either having pure 100% natural holy or a rise in her kit will make her incredibly useful as well if white mage. Now, on the other hand, if translating was just slightly mistaken and we're getting red mage, well, that could mean magic jammer, that could mean Isuna or some healing spells in there, or potentially just really good starting AP. Either way, secondary job looks to make for a strong character. And the last job is just the icing on the cake, because we are looking at Ninja for the third job. And what a strong combination. First of all, I do think that Ninja has made for some incredibly powerful characters, both main job or one of the lower tier jobs on a character. Just always Ninja seems to be really good. It means high agility, potentially just really good movement, a movement passive. So I'm super excited to see how this character shapes out. For one thing, seems to be billed as a really good healer, which great alternative to Ayaka, although probably more than likely, unless JP is going to kick the limited time thing in the favor of kind of like global, we're probably going to see this character as just a limited, because it is a seasonal, and much as the summer units were limited, and so were the Christmas units on the JP side, this will be limited as well. But I do think that this made Medina a very, very strong character and an incredibly strong farmer. And this could just make for a strong farmer slash healer, and that is just incredibly great. Speed is kind of always just super important. As for element, I'm going to probably guess this is going to be either a dark elemental mage. I don't know if we're going to see earth. We just saw an earth arithmetician on the JB side. Let's see if I can't bring her up real quick. I can hit the buttons. That's always the most difficult thing. There she is. Revival was our Earth arithmetician, but a lower tier. So I'm thinking that Werewolf Leela is going to be some element that's different than Earth. Probably not fire. Fingers crossed not fire, because we don't need another fire limited character. But at this point, could be anything. Could be lightning, could be ice, could be wind even somehow. Sure, why not? Spooky winds. But if there is a secondary character that is going to be a Halloween character later on, we did not get information. Again, tonight was a pretty bare bones stream. And there was one other really big piece of news to talk about, which is the fact that there was no collaboration announced today. There was nothing. They said basically that the next collaboration is still not ready to be shown, or they don't feel like showing it at this point, which could mean that A, it's not ready, or B, they're just saving it for the full year anniversary. Either way, kind of gives you a heads up. Probably tomorrow I will have the rest of the news about what this new story event will be, who the new characters are, and everything like that. Wait for it. Also, because this music is very good. Yeah, there's no other news that's popped in game yet. So Monday should still be news day. And then we will be getting into the month of October. So tell me, are you interested in Little Leela at all? Personally, I am actually really excited to see this character coming to the game with a new version, because I think she's one of the characters that has a pretty big following, and I actually really like... I just to talk about this again, because I don't really get to talk about this a ton, I just really like the design here. I think it's very, Halloween themed, but still kind of in keeping with the character. Just that cute kind of persona, but very like out there. And I even like, just to bring up one thing about that I really, really like. Oh, shoot, I'm not ready for this. I do like just the fact that her like werewolf ears are very in keeping with kind of the aesthetic she already had. Like it looks kind of like looking at this character, it's like, oh, even if you don't necessarily aren't super familiar with Leela, you're just or you can't just read the name that's on screen. There is some semblance there. I like that the ears kind of match the ears on her hood. I like that she still kind of has that cheerful persona, that she's just kind of this fun-loving character. And that's cool for Halloween. So I'm totally on board for this. I'm not on board for yet another limited time fire character. So join me in the prayer circle for praying that this is not a limited time fire character. So tell me, are you excited for this? Are you hoping for some extra Halloween characters? I'm sure that, of course, there are some people out there still in the prayer circle that Zazen will get a Unit 2. And also, because this is coming around Halloween time, I hope this comes to Global. I really do. I think that Global needs to start getting in on these bonus characters. And, the power creep, I think, is fine enough that this character can probably just come to Global and enjoy it. It's Halloween time. Let everybody enjoy this character. I want to see this on Global too. So thank you very much for watching. Sorry I ramble a little bit, but hey, gotta fill that time because otherwise YouTube beats us to, within an inch of our life. Happy Halloween, guys, as the month continues on. Hoping for more Halloween goodness. Take care. See you next time.